Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into what is undoubtedly the most breathtaking and heart-stopping romance of 2025. This isn't just gossip or idle speculation. This is reality. Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo are officially husband and wife. But what truly moved millions across the globe wasn't just the union of two Korean entertainment titans. It was the raw, unscripted emotion that overtook Lee Min-ho the moment he saw Song Hye Kyo walking down the aisle. What really unfolded behind the scenes of the secret ceremony? Why did this specific union make the entire world pause in its tracks? And what is the deeper meaning behind the tears of a leading man who has always projected strength on screen? Stay right here, because we are about to uncover every detail. From their hidden romance to the poignant atmosphere of the wedding and the world's stunning reaction, we have it all. Make sure to watch until the very end, because this isn't just a celebrity headline. It is a true story of brave, quiet, and sincere love. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because a love story like this is a once-in-a-lifetime event. June 2025 will forever be etched in the history of South Korean entertainment. There was no warning, no preemptive rumors, just a single, understated announcement from their agency that brought everything to a standstill. Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo were married in a private ceremony on Jeju Island. The public was floored. Fans were left speechless. Even their industry peers only learned the news as it broke in the media. That morning, a gentle mist blanketed Jeju Island, as if nature itself was protecting the secret about to be unveiled. At an exclusive resort on the southern coast, a select group of guests began to gather. There were no flashing cameras, no chaotic press scrums, just a heavy, curious silence hanging in the air. A grand piano adorned with white peonies stood in the corner, while the instrumental notes of My Memory set a sacred tone. There was no elaborate stage. Only a glass corridor separated the main hall from a simple altar framed by greenery. It was a humble setting for two stars who live in the spotlight, but chose to make their eternal vows in quiet solitude. They never shared a screen in a drama. They were rarely, if ever, spotted together in public. Yet it seems that since 2022, a romance had been quietly blooming between these two icons. It started backstage at the Biksang Awards that year, a brief exchange that the cameras missed, sparking a connection that remained entirely off the radar. They crossed paths again months later at a private industry gathering, where their communication began to deepen into a routine. It wasn't through casual texts, but through the exchange of books, handwritten notes, and late-night phone conversations. There were no leaked photos, no social media hints. As a friend of Song Hye Kyo noted, they protected one another rather than showing off, believing that a love kept quiet is a love that lasts. In an old interview, Song Hye Kyo once remarked that she didn't want a fast love, but a quiet one that didn't need to prove anything to the world. It turns out, she meant every word. When the ceremony finally commenced, the atmosphere shifted into something magical. Song Hye Kyo emerged from behind glass doors, dressed in a classic white gown free of flashy sequins, her hair styled simply. She offered a smile, but her eyes were brimming with tears. Lee Min-ho stood waiting at the altar in a white tuxedo, and as he watched her approach, he couldn't hold back his own emotion. Guests held their breath. In an industry defined by performance, this was the most honest display from a man who usually masks everything behind a professional smile. With a trembling voice, he confessed that he wasn't crying out of sadness, but because he finally knew he was coming home. A profound silence filled the room, pausing even the music, as the wedding stage transformed into a space where tears made the moment sacred. Afterward, guests stood in silent respect. No cheering, just smiles and misty eyes, recording the moment in their hearts rather than on their phones. There were no lengthy speeches or dramatic vows like in the movies, just simple, weighty sentences. Lee Min-ho promised to learn to love her every day, not because she is perfect, but because she chose him despite his imperfections. Song Hye Kyo replied that they aren't a perfect story, but she prefers a real one, and he is real. Hands clasped tightly, they looked forward without fear, ready to turn the page. Perhaps this is what a true happy ending actually looks like. Naturally, the news instantly trended globally. Hashtags celebrating the couple dominated social media as thousands of fans from Asia, Europe, and the Americas flooded feeds with congratulations. Fans expressed disbelief that these two giants had found each other, proving that love really is unpredictable. Virtual celebrations erupted worldwide. viewing parties in the Philippines, career tribute videos in Indonesia, and flower shops in Japan selling out as fans bought bouquets to symbolically send to Korea. A few celebrity friends were quietly in attendance, including Park Shin-hye, Kim Soo-hyun, Bae Suzy, and Hyun Bin. They arrived without fanfare, dressed formally and respectfully. Everyone understood this day was not for content, but for genuine connection. Park Shin-hye posted a photo of roses, captioning it that love is the most beautiful thing a human can possess. Kim Soo-hyun was seen embracing the groom, while Bae Suzy chatted at length with the bride, looking like old friends closing a beautiful chapter. Rumors suggest the newlyweds are heading to Tuscany, Italy for their honeymoon and may take a 6-month hiatus. However, insiders claim Lee Min-ho is already prepping for an international film, while Song Hye Kyo is set to produce for the first time. Their joint statement emphasized their desire to keep working without letting their marriage become a marketing tool. This isn't just a story about two famous people getting married. It's a testament to hope, proof that in a world often filled with artifice, sincere, simple love still exists. Fans have created art, videos, and poems to capture the beauty of this event. As one netizen perfectly put it when Lee Min-ho cried, "We all cried because in the end, love wins." If this story touched your heart, please like, leave your best wishes in the comments, and subscribe so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.